What's up? What's up, everybody? Here we go. Armchair Quarterbacks back here again for another week 3 recap. This time we've got My Chubb is Broken versus Waddle Waddle Waddle. That's Manny versus Ken. We got Manny over here with 46.86 points and Ken over here with 142.92 points. What are you seeing here, Shawn, with Manny's team?
Well, Manny's Chubb is broken, so it is not looking good.
I think more than just his Chubb is broken, Justin Fields too.
Well, yeah, Justin Fields is not looking good. Actually, a good thing, just moving down to his bench, he did pick up Love, so, and Love actually looks like I didn't have any faith in Love at all, and he's been he's been startable.
Yeah, I agree.
So, at least Manny has a replacement for quarterback here. We're also a 10-team league too. So there are, streamers on the waiver wire if Manny really wanted to go that route too. CD Lamb, I actually have him in another league too, and I was really disappointed with this. This might actually cost me the week here, because I was expecting at least 15-20 points. So that one's just a weird one. I know, was it Trayvon Diggs that went out, the cornerback for Dallas? I think they're still kind of shook over that.
Yeah,
losing the season. So that vaunted defense is, look at this. Arizona ended up putting 28 points on them
and coming out with the win.
And coming out with a win, which is funny because you think of like the footballers and a lot of Arizona fans, and they're like, "What are you doing?" If they're trying to be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, and here they are coming out with a win over Dallas.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley here with another quiet game. Another weird one there. So you had Dallas losing to Arizona, and then you have Jacksonville losing in pretty much a blowout to Houston, which is really weird. So even with a negative game script, and Calvin Ridley only gets 5 points here. So a lot of these players here, Hawkinson was actually decent here with 9 points. Nico Collins finally has a bad game compared to what we've been seeing from him in the first few weeks. And all the hype surrounding him. Elijah Moore too, kind of a safe game for him. If he had a touchdown to that, it's going to look a lot better. So Manny has a couple players here that are what I'm looking at as bounce back candidates for next week. I wouldn't be panicking on, CeeDee Lamb, Ridley, even Nico Collins. I wouldn't be panicking on. So yeah.
Well, he did. You mentioned it in our group chat. He picked up Tank Dell, so we'll see how that pounds out for him. I think he picked up Justice Hill also.
If I'm not mistaken. That was actually one of my drops, and he ended up picking that up. So, we'll see how that pans out with Justice Hill.
Yeah, and the other thing that I saw when I was looking at his stat line just now was Elijah Moore. He had 9 targets, and he caught all of his targets. He had 9 targets, 9 receptions. So I think that's still something that's kind of safe moving forward. He's going to get that target share.
Yeah, if you look at this was against Tennessee too. You expected more, but funny enough, my boy Amari Cooper ended up getting a game. So it'll probably fluctuate. Deshaun Watson still doesn't look as good as we were hoping, but if he's able to pick that up, especially with Chubb not being there anymore, it's just Jerome Ford. If Jerome Ford can't live up to expectation, then you'll start seeing a lot of, more targets for Moore, and then Amari Cooper, Donovan, Peoples-Jones, and Njoku.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
really quick, we got a visitor over here. Everybody say hi, Noah.
Hi, Noah.
All right, so let's move on to Ken's team over here. Ken's got all of his players done, but he was able to put up 142 points. That is ridiculous. He had Tua Tagovailoa go off, Keenan Allen, which for me with the Justin Herbert that worked out. Keenan Allen went off for 37 points. Holy balls. And then Travis Kelce doing his thing. James Conner, that was a surprise stud for me right there. 18.6 points, 98 rushing yards. He had 1 rushing touchdown. I thought he had 2 for some reason. But yeah, that's a great stat line for him. Seeing this is very promising moving forward, seeing that Arizona doesn't really have very many like vaunted players that you're going to want to see and play. And James Conner is really the only player for me on Arizona that I would want to start day in, day out, week in, week out, you know?
I mean, Marquise Brown was getting a little bit more work, but I mean, I don't know if they're going to play like this every game. It was just one of those weird games that Dallas came out, and I think they were frazzled still with that Trayvon Diggs injury, or they weren't prepared on, any given Sunday.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's just the thing is just he's going to see usage in the run game. He's going to see usage in the pass game. So I think that's what you want to see from a running back, you know?
He looks good. I mean, as long as he's healthy, he was running strong. He's been running strong. So, and he's a smart enough player. He could pass catch. He could pass pro. So,
how do you feel about Josh Jacobs? He's only got 9.5 points compared to last year. You know, he hasn't been playing up to the level he was last year, I don't think.
He is not looking good right now. I mean, was last week he was negative points.
Negative 2 yards last week.
We all had more yardage than Josh Jacobs last week, which is wild to say, even if it's 0. And I mean, this is not bad here. 9 points. Let's look at his receptions. So he only had 3 receptions for 18 receiving yards. Not that great, but he is being used. So I'm not sure if I would be panicking on him. I know you're going to hear a lot of people saying that Josh Jacobs is a buy low right now. So that's up to Ken if he feels that he could, potentially sell Josh Jacobs for someone else, maybe shore up his team somewhere else, then he could do that. But for me, I would still wait on Josh Jacobs. I believe that he'll eventually, he'll find his groove.
Yeah. And taking a look at moving on, looking at Ken's bench here, he's got Deshaun Watson. I don't think he needs to hold on to another quarterback. I think Tua Tagovailoa is looking good. The team's looking healthy. Reverse that. Tua Tagovailoa is looking healthy. The team is looking good. Their offensive line, they're protecting Tua. So I don't see any issue with moving forward and just holding on to Tua and dropping Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, there's no. So another tip, hopefully, if you guys are watching these videos, not just maybe your own recap, watch all the other videos too. When you're playing in a 1 quarterback league like the one that we're playing in, to take a spot on your bench, you limit your upside. When you're trying to save players for your bench here, you want upside. So either if an injury to someone else's team or an injury to your team, these players that you're holding on your bench are potential upside plays that could possibly help propel you to a playoff or a championship.
Yep. All right. Well, that'll do it for this recap here for Manny versus Ken. Good luck, Manny. I don't think you're going to cover this spread, but, better luck next week. You're already 2-0, so you need the loss.
Peace.
All right. Catch you guys in the next one.